Hi, welcome back. I'm Bailey, and in my last video, I showed you everything that I qualified for at the food pantry for the entire month. So in today's video, I want to show you everything that I bought for the month that will fill in the gaps from what I got at the food pantry. The first place that I went is Kroger. I got 2 silken tofus. I've never seen tofu at the food pantry, and Kroger has the cheapest silken tofu. So I went there and got that. And I like to use silken tofu for like sauces. It's really good in soup, like little cubes in like a nice spicy soup. Super good. And you can be very creative with silken tofu, making like mousse, puddings, yogurts, those kinds of things. I get a lot of comments from people telling me that they think that I'm very healthy, and I appreciate the kind comments, but I do have some unhealthy habits. One of them is I root beer. I drink root beer like it's my beer. I love to have a root beer after a long day and put on a YouTube video, but I only have about one a week. So this is not 1 month of root beer. This is a couple of months of root beer. It was actually on sale. It was cheaper if you buy 3, but I'm moving out of this apartment in February, so I would be like lugging my root beer out of my apartment. And I think it's pretty cheap. So I know a lot of people have like, do you like A&W or Mug? If you're like a root beer fan, people will ask that. And mine is actually Big K. Big K is my favorite. And it's only $4.34 for 12. It's a pretty good deal. Next, I went to Aldi. We're gonna keep up with the unhealthy habits that I have. And the next one is that I like to have cookies with my tea, and specifically like a Biscoff type cookie. So Aldi has these and they're $1.99. So for the month I bought 2 because I might be low income. I can still have small joys like a root beer some nights and Biscoffs and tea. Back to healthy things. I got 5 pounds of potatoes. I think this is 5 pounds. Yes, 5 pounds of potatoes. When I get produce, I try to get the like cheaper produce items, so potatoes, onions, bananas, apples. So 3 pounds of onions and 7 bananas. I don't typically eat bananas just like as is. I will wait for them to get spotty and then put them in the freezer and use them when I want to make muffins, or I like putting them in a smoothie with soy milk and peanut butter. So that's typically what they get used for. And then I got the regular just firm tofu from Aldi. This is cheaper to get from Aldi. It's only $1.55 for each of them. So in total, I spent, I think it was like $22 on everything. It was $13.51 from Aldi and $8.66 from Kroger. And that should be everything that I need for the month. Typically, I spend between $20 and $75 a month on groceries as somebody that goes to the food pantry. So, but I consider groceries to be anything and everything that I buy at the grocery store. That includes cleaning products, toilet paper, soap, all of it. There are a couple more things that I might need this week. I might need a fill up on my soy milk and or oat milk, or maybe both. I get my soy milk at Aldi. It's $2.99, and I put soy milk in all of my baking, cooking, and smoothies, and then I use oat milk in coffee and tea, but I might have enough. I don't know, we'll see. And when it comes to the milks, I try to check Kroger and Meijer apps and see what's the best deal, if anything's on sale, and if there's any digital coupons, and then that's how I get the milks. So what I have is what was the cheapest, not because I like prefer that milk. So just to give you an idea of like how I make meals out of this kind of stuff, typical way of eating, I do want to make a like what I eat in a week or something like that to show you, give you like an idea of what I eat with what I have. And I would say breakfast, I will not eat breakfast unless it is as convenient as possible. And to me that means like a banana muffin out of the freezer and like thawing it, or I have homemade pancake mix that I'll just like add a bit of applesauce and soy milk to, make a pancake, put some peanut butter on it, or I have homemade bread in the freezer sliced, and I'll just pull a slice out, toast it, put peanut butter on it. Those are typically my breakfast. Lunches are also frozen food, so frozen cubes of soup. Some of this is broccoli and some is just like lentil stew. I work from home, so I'll just like pull something out of the freezer, thaw it, have that for lunch. And dinners, I do like to cook. I enjoy cooking and baking. So like tonight, I have this set out to make. I would love to film it and show it on YouTube, but I'm a little bit behind on my like filming and editing, so we'll see if I can get to it tonight. I was going to make lentils with sloppy joe sauce. I've talked about this before, and just use that as the sauce and put onions, peas, carrots, celery, that kind of stuff in it. Put that at the bottom of my casserole dish, and then with my potatoes, make some mashed potatoes, put it on top. It'll be kind of like a shepherd's pie, you could say, but like a little quick and easy one. And then I'll probably have the leftovers for lunch tomorrow. And then I do rice and tofu. Yes, I'm obsessed with freezing my meal prep. I have a whole video on how I freeze my meal prep. I've been freezing my rice in like silicone muffin tins. I've found that these give me the best like serving size of rice. Typically, I like sharing my affiliate link to these ice cube trays. You get 3 for like $15, and I like to put soups and things like that in here, soup, curry, stew, all of that, because then I can like portion out how much I want depending on like if I'm gonna have toast with it, am I gonna put it over rice, do I want like just a mug, do I want a whole bowl, whatever. So I'm obsessed with freezing in these, but I found that for rice, this works. So also a good tip, if you don't want to go out and buy silicone ice cube trays and you already have silicone muffin tins, just use these, and I really like doing that. So I'll take a rice for dinner and put like, you know, fry a bit of tofu and frozen or canned vegetable with it, or like have it with edamame. I love rice and edamame with a peanut sauce. So I hope that gave you an idea of what a month of groceries looks like. Go back and watch my food pantry haul to see what all I get from the food pantry. And I have all kinds of like cooking videos and things like that. I love to cook and bake, and I'll be making more videos like that so you can get a better idea of how I get by on a very low grocery budget. Thank you for watching. I love you and appreciate you so much. Bye.